We're live.
Hello?
Can you check and see if it's
Is
working?
anybody out there?
Are you logged in as us, right?
Yes.
Why can't
We're on.
Hear shit.
I see us.
Yay.
And did you already do the Patreon post?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can you check it? Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, I sure can.
Well, what's up?
Shramarama says her body is ready.
All right.
What about your mind, Shramarama?
My body is...
Welcome back. Happy Saturday.
Yes. Yep.
Do you want to give any sort of recap to the listeners about your week?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, it was just a very, very eventful week. I mean, like...
You had an allergic reaction.
I had a mysterious allergic reaction. I ended up in the emergency room, and then I was, like, working until 1 a.m. the next night, and Murphy ran away, and...
He ran away again.
Yes, in between, like, that was the point of my story where I was just about to tell you. So I had to drop off my medication the next day at the CVS, and they're like, when can you pick it up? And I was like, how about 5? Because that's when I got off of work. And then they're like, okay. So I went there, and it wasn't ready. And they're like, you need to give us 20 more minutes. I said, that's fine. But then they didn't have one of the 2 medications that I needed. I was like, whatever. And so I'm trying to get to my second job, and like Murphy knows that something's up because I wasn't home all day because I obviously haven't been working because it's the summer. And he just like, I had to put the barrels out because it was trash day, and I was like, I'm not going to do this at 1 a.m. when I get back from inventory.
Right.
Like I'll say that I will, but I won't. So like whenever I take the trash out, he always tries to get out. But he's been better about that. But I think because he realized that I was gone all day and was like trying to go somewhere else, that he was like, no, I'm going to leave. Then the dog next door.
I'm going to leave.
But like, so I had to fight with him for like 5 minutes to get him inside the house, which was very frustrating because I was already late because they scheduled me at the wrong time because I couldn't be there at that time. And then, so then I went and brought my barrels, and I noticed that because the night before I didn't get a chance to like secure my gate properly because I was like covered in hives and like was dying.
Right.
That I didn't get to close the bottom of the gate. So the other dog, one of the other dogs from next door was outside, the one that Murphy doesn't get along with, and he's like pawing at the bottom of the gate. I'm like, this dog is going to break out of this gate. Like I usually keep the barrels in front so that he doesn't go anywhere. So I was like trying to get him inside, and he wouldn't, and he was just giving me a hard time. And so I was like, all right, we're going to go onto the porch, and then I'll have to like go around and close the doggy door and make this whole thing. So he ran inside the house. I'm like, okay, he's fine. And then literally I turned my back for 1 second, and he bolted out of the gate. And so this time he went towards the street, which so it depends on he's weird. Sometimes he'll go towards the neighborhood, sometimes he'll go towards the street. But he went towards the street into the next neighborhood. I luckily have an air tag on him so I could like try to see where I was. So I found him, and he wouldn't get in the car, and then he ran across Bacon's Bridge. Yeah, I almost had a heart attack. Luckily there were no cars coming. But like it took me like 20 minutes to get him back, and then I had to work until 1 a.m. Then the next night I went to go see Hamilton, and then last night I went to go see Bare Naked Ladies. So it was a very eventful, long week that I've not recovered from yet. But
wow,
we're making it.
Glad you're here.
Yes, me too.
And you've made it.
I am here.
Let's see. We've got Shramarama, Lauren, Alan, and Ashley here so far.
What up?
It's good to see everyone.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everyone? So we got something kind of new we're doing. A little gimmick, I guess that's what you call it.
Something fun.
So we're doing trivia.
A gimmoot, because you're giving you.
We're doing
I tried.
We're doing trivia today. We're doing trivia on this episode, and here's how it's going to work. So Nicole's going to post trivia questions as I do the episode today. So don't start until until I start the episode. And the first one to reply back with the answer wins
Gets a point.
Gets a point.
We'll call it a point.
A point. And then when you get
Up to 10 points, you can either, if you're not a Taco Supremo or a Patreon subscriber, we'll go any level. If you're not a Patreon subscriber, you can redeem it for a $10 Amazon gift card only. If you are a Patreon member, any tier, you can still opt for the Amazon gift card, or you can choose one of John's prizes in true crime finds that he has. He's got a couple of really good things, and I think you can take your pick of which you want.
and every one of those comes with a signed picture of me. So
John's like this.
We totally should get glamour shots done.
That would be hilarious.
I think we need to.
with like murder weapons, like an axe and like a big knife.
You know what we need to do next time? What is it? Well, I don't know if it'll work out for us, but the what's that fair called? The Carolina State Fair? Maybe?
I've never gone. Will not go.
Carolina Cup?
No. I've never gone either.
The fairgrounds
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. And we should go and go into one of those booths, like the old timey saloon, and like with like parasols, and John could be a cowboy or something else, or maybe he'll dress up in a dress and have parasol. You know,
I think he would. He did say he would do this whole makeup thing.
that's right.
So-
Where are we at? With
we
that?
we are at 1.15. 1,150. So you did get like 30, I think, subscribers or something like that since last week.
What were we going for? 2,000?
I think 2,000.
Yeah, 2,000.
Why is 1,400 popping up in my head?
I don't know.
I think somebody suggested that would be a good one.
Oh,
But
2,000. Okay.
I mean, 1,400, and I could wear a dress for your Lizzie Borden show.
And right now it sounds like you're just trying to find a way to get into a dress. I mean, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do something fun for Halloween this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halloween is on a Saturday this year, I think.
Is it?
I think.
don't know.
Or maybe it's on a Monday. I don't remember.
So, what is up, everyone? This is the Talk Murder Me podcast. We record episodes every Saturday, live stream 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I put out episodes every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I want to give a shout out to our sister podcast, Among the Dirt and Trees. You can find that in the link below. And our good friend Brienne, she is an excellent storyteller. So it's her, and I produce the podcast for her, but it's her telling a story, a true crime story that occurs out in nature, so camping or whatever. It's very unique. And she does a lot of witchcraft cases too, which is really cool.
Ooh, I love those.
Yeah.
Yeah. And anyway, if you want to check that out,
I wonder if she would cover the Brockton Triangle.
she did cover some triangle. There's a couple, like in Michigan, I think, or the Michigan Lake or something like that she covered. But anyway, I produce it, put good music behind it, and it's just check that out if you like. But anyway, that's my plug.
I really want to tell them what you've been doing at night now. So
Does it have to do with plugs? Because I don't know if that's appropriate for this
it has to do
podcast.
with Brienne. So John has been playing this new video game that he's been just dying to come out on Xbox. I mean, dying, guys.
No, dude.
And it's called
It's okay to like video games.
the Pressure Washing Simulator.
Wait,
Dude,
Yes.
it's legit and it's fucking great.
I
So
love that. So you pretend like you're pressure washing stuff?
No, you do
Yes.
pressure. Like, all right. So
And it is a co-op game. So he and Brienne's boyfriend last night, and I was listening. I had my earbud, and we couldn't get an extra controller for me just because we only have one gaming computer. And so they're like all chatting, it was like a fun time. I haven't really interacted a ton with Brienne. That was my first time like meeting her boyfriend. But it was, I think we were playing until like 12:30 last night.
That's late for you guys.
It is. I started falling asleep. I was like, I can't keep watching
You guys are like
pressure wash
9:30,
stuff.
10.
I know. Like 10
Jen,
is my normal bedtime.
here it is,
10:30
Jen.
maybe if I'm like really reading a good book.
Oh, cool.
It's really fun, dude.
So Jen, I think you got to figure out how to get on there because then you can play with John and Brienne.
See, maybe I should because I have a pressure washer at home and I pressure washed my house, but I don't think it worked. Like I had the I don't know. I think I did something wrong. It didn't look like it looked better, but it didn't look super better. And like my skylight that I have.
Yep.
There was like pollen and stuff on it, and so I soaped it, and then I like. But the pollen, like, there's still residue on there. Do I have to go up there and scrub it? I'm not getting on my roof.
Well, you need somebody to come and pressure wash it for realsies.
No, I would just climb on your roof, and do it. You do.
And then I'll end up in the emergency room again, and then I'll tell you.
Yeah, let's
because that's
not.
something where I may not recover from.
Let's not
That was
do
so bizarre. I could not believe.
I wonder what it is because you've mowed the lawn. Like it's not like it's something
Yeah.
different.
No. And it's, I don't know. Unless I got bitten by something that I haven't been bitten by before.
Yeah, but wouldn't like that site get swollen and puffy first versus like your ears and hives on your arms?
Yeah, which is why I thought maybe it might be sun poisoning. But it was at 6:30 at night.
Moon
I don't
poisoning?
know.
And the moon wasn't out yet.
Moon poisoning.
I don't know. It was so bizarre.
That is
What's-
it is
oh my
bizarre.
God.
Let's
So,
see. We
D.
got some more
Wolfie?
folks.
Oh my god.
Taro, Natasha, D.
Alan, I saw Alan
What's
on
up,
here.
guys? Oh, Ashley said the goat simulator. We were talking about that one day, weren't we?
I do have the trucking
so.
simulator. I roofied myself.
Oh, funny.
Oh man. We are doing trivia today, Ashley. So basically here's what we're going to do. I'll just run it through real quick for everybody new. John had this great idea to keep giving away some fun prizes. Is to have trivia. We'll do 10 questions per episode. And if you are a regular Joe listener, you can still participate and play and get a point. But obviously, if you are a Patreon member and you are here for episode 2 on the live stream, well, you're going to have an opportunity to get more points. So we'll have first to 10 points, or whenever you get to 10 points, you can either have an Amazon gift card or pick from your loot of prizes if you are a Patreon member.
Yeah,
Also-
and I will hold on. I will say that we are doing 3 episodes today,
Oh.
and we're going to continue the trivia in all 3 episodes. Unfortunately, we're only doing 1 public episode, so you know what that means.
So you got to be a Patreon member if you want to win big.
That's fucked up.
No, that's totally fair. So
No, he looked at me the way he looked at me when he was like, "So you know what that means?" I'm like, "No, what does that mean?" You're very dancey today.
I know. I feel good.
I'm glad.
We got new cameras.
Yeah,
I
We
can
each
zoom
have our
in.
own
I
now.
can zoom in. Oh, here's Nicole.
stop that.
Look.
Oh, I'm glad we still have fun together.
I can zoom in more on your face if you want.
No.
Okay.
So obviously the points will carry over like from each episode that we do this together, guys. So it's not no one's gonna get to 10 points today,
doing?
possibly. She are you
Stop poking her.
I was trying to poke you. Oh shit. I'm very immature.
Did you guys?
Dee's laughing hysterically over there.
Her Jew shirts. What?
Jimmy
Oh,
World,
yeah.
yeah.
Damn.
That's right.
Do you like Jew? Is it? You think that's why they picked that name? He does look Jewish.
His name is Jimmy, the main lead singer.
Yeah, but he
James.
does look Jewish.
What does that mean?
He's good-
Do I look Jewish?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're good with money.
That's not the same thing.
No, I mean he just didn't he?
No. I don't know. I don't like I'm sorry. I don't think that
Okay.
that is something that you can really tell.
Jimmy World's a great band. We saw them once.
Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah, they were good. And Bare Naked Ladies was good last night. They were with the Gin Blossoms and Toad the Wet Sprocket.
Oh, damn. The
I
Gym
did
Blossoms.
see Bare Naked Ladies when they came like 5 years ago. It was fun.
When they opened for Hootie and the Blowfish.
No, I don't even remember who they were. I don't think
Oh
they were
no,
with
Panic
anyone
at the
big.
Disco was with them.
No, that
right?
was Weezer.
Weezer.
That was a fun concert. I'm not a huge Panic at the Disco fan, but
I
Weezer was
am.
great.
They're putting out a new album.
They were pretty good. Panic at the Disco. I never heard them before that, but they were
He's
pretty
so good. Brendan Urie.
They were all good. Weezer was really good too.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've been playing for like 70 years, right? And the dude like super old.
He's in
No.
his 40s, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, but
Rivers Cuomo?
oh, all right.
Maybe he's 50 now. Yeah, he could be.
Weird
I guess.
Al. I bet Weird Al.
I
is
saw
freaking
Weird
cool.
Al live. He was really fun.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
You know who I want to see? I want to see Tenacious D and
Ooh, that would be fun.
and a band called Gwar. GWAR.
Is that the one that wears masks?
No. So, they wear masks, but
Incubus came to town not that long
I've
ago,
seen
and
them
I
a lot.
really wanted to see
they
them
were really
live.
good. But Gwar, like they have this monster that comes out on stage
Yeah.
and it eats the
People?
audience. Yeah, they come up there and they get eaten. Not in real life, but I don't know. Anyway, Weird Al would be cool.
That would be.
I also want to see Limp Bizkit.
Are they
Yeah.
still touring?
I doubt it.
No. Shreema Ram, I guess. Gaga is queen.
What is up, everyone? So I have some good stories tonight, and these are a request. If you've already seen me, John, for Tenacious D, is that what she's talking
Yeah.
about? She's got a Tenacious D.
Stop.
D. Oh shit!
That was great.
I've got some great stories tonight. We're doing 3, so
Well, before we get started, let me welcome our newest Patreons.
Ooh, yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Patrunos, uno momento. And we have a surprise shot dedication for Hunter
Hunter.
today. Hang on. One sec. Where do I find these things? I struggle every time.
Growing up in Gilbert, South Carolina, I knew a lot of hunters. Like that name is really
Yeah.
popular.
Yeah.
It's a good name, Hunter. I like that. It's very unique.
What if his
But-
middle name was
know.
Gatherer?
It could be a female Hunter. I know a
could be.
female Hunter.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd never met a female hunter. I met a male Ashley before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So we actually have this week to welcome Taro into the
Boop, boop, boop,
the
boop.
membership. I know she's on here now. Lexi
What up,
and
Lexi?
Martin.
And Martin.
Nice.
Hey all. This is great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So all right. So Hunter had a very specific request for us today. So we're gonna do that for her.
All right, let's do it, man.
Yours is behind you.
Jen, I'm so sad for your bongos.
It's okay. I'll just.
Alan said he was gonna fix it.
Surprise shots. Surprise shots. We don't know what they are because they're a surprise. This one sounded pretty good today.
That's because that's one that's actually like
Secured.
on the thing.
It's because it's comparing to the one that doesn't even work. Oh, jeez. That's where I hide my weed in there. Is the bottom open?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, thanks, Alan, for not fixing that. Just kidding.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers, y'all. Cheers, Hunter. This is for Hunter,
Cheers.
right?
Yes, this is for Hunter. Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh,
I feel like a
Fireball.
teenage girl.
That was not Goldslager.
Well,
it was Fireball.
Fireball's the new Goldslager, I think. Isn't it?
Yeah, I would say Fireball was like got crazy popular
Oh,
in
yeah,
college.
yeah.
like 10 years ago, man.
Yeah.
Our 10-year college is coming up.
What up, Courtney?
Crazy.
We're trying to get my friends to come down here for our 10-year reunion.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. In May.
I had a little reunion call with some of my college buddies, my Belgium crew.
Were you doing trivia again?
No, we were just doing a catch up. 2 of them are pregnant. One's due September 5th and the other is due October 1st. So we've got some Belgian babies.
June babies?
And then I have 2 other friends that were there that are engaged. And Tissy is in town. So
She is?
She is. So, but she's like, I've got friends visiting me every weekend that I'm here. I was like, oh, well, maybe we can have dinner one weeknight. I know you're busy.
Sorry that,
But,
we didn't
oh well.
pre-schedule.
All right, you guys ready to get started? I got some great episodes, man. I'm super excited. This is a request, so when you figure out what it is, be sure to claim it. And we do take requests from our supporters. You can do that on Discord. And if anyone's just got in here, I'm going to recap real quick. Nicole is doing
Trivia in exchange for points, and you can exchange them for prizes when you get to 10.
prizes, like signed pictures of me, naked pictures of me, our dog Luna. Anyway. So she's going to post them, every couple minutes or whatever.
First person to get it right in the chat is who it will win, and I am keeping a track on a spreadsheet.
And they are not multiple choice, so you actually have to be,
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. All right, tonight we are going. This is a story right here, man. Holy shit! This story is going to give you some mad anxiety.
Oh, no.
You guys ready?
Ready?
As long as it's not like last week's first episode.
Yeah, no kidding. That was brutal.
That was really upsetting.
I didn't. Dude,
It was Ashley. All
No.
Ashley's fault. No, I'm
No,
just kidding.
I
It was
mean,
a great
it was a
story.
good story to cover, but it was just like, I haven't gotten that mad in a long time.
Well, so the great thing about the request, because I only take requests from our supporters, and it's the same people all are getting this on here now, so they know what I would like to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why every week we're doing requests. It's not because I want to, appease you guys. It's because you're putting shit that I would want to do anyway. So it's awesome, man. And this is a request here, and it is fucked up. All right, we are starting September 30th, 1978. I'm gonna show you the Google Earth, and I don't think we can be on at the same time, but we're here, so don't get scared. We're still here. But if you want to tell me where this is.
The middle of nowhere.
Yeah, no shit. I hate Google Earth on fucking iPad, dude. They need to fix this shit. How do I zoom back out? All right.
Is that New Mexico?
No, it's not New Mexico. I'm trying to zoom back out. Google Earth on iPad's fucking terrible. Anyway. All right. There we go. Okay, so this is where we're going to tonight. This is California.
Oh.
We're actually going to Stanislaus County. Stanislaus County, but more specifically, we're going to I-5, which is this big-ass interstate.
We
Oh,
have heard a lot
yeah.
about the I-5.
Yeah, we did
The I-5, the 405.
Yeah. So this interstate, as Jen said, is out in the middle of damn nowhere, but it's still a highway. It's a 2-lane highway. There's a lot of traffic here. But you see that to the left, there's some farmlands and stuff like that, but to the right is mostly mountains. So this is about where the spot we're going to right now. It was about right here. And you see, anyone could just pull off the side of the road, and ain't nobody in Tarnation gonna see what they're doing.
Yeah.
So,
Looks very desert-like over there.
oh yeah,
Yeah, and I feel like even if you did see someone pull off to the side of the road, that's the type of area where you're like, that's none of my business. I'm going to keep going.
All righty then. So, you know where we're going. Desolate as hell. We're going to 8 a.m. Now, keep with me because this is going to get a little crazy.
Only a little crazy?
Yeah, a little crazy.
Okay.
September 30th, 1978. It's 8 a.m. in the morning. Early. Still a lot of traffic. A lot of cars went by this incident that happened. Only one stopped.
Like the Good Samaritan.
Yeah, which is always what, and I'll get to this later, but it's literally always the elderly couple that stops to help the injured, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, 8 a.m., there was a woman walking down the highway. This is her right here, if you can describe her.
Young. I'd say maybe like late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Dark hair.
All right. So, how young do you think she was?
You didn't hear us say?
She said late teens, early 20s.
Okay, yes. So at the time,
I would agree. I was gonna say like 19
Yeah.
in that photo anyway.
September 30th, 8 a.m. in the morning, this girl, 15-year-old girl,
Oh, damn.
Mary Bell Vincent, who you just saw, and I'll put the photos on talkmore.com.
Courtney says she knows the story.
Don't spoil it.
I do love it when
spoil
people
it.
figure it out right away.
Yeah.
Do not spoil it. Do not spoil it. Calschwitz.
Oh, my God.
What the
That's
fuck?
hilarious.
No way, yo. Oh, gosh.
Google Maps named it that. Oh,
No, someone on Google Maps. That's funny.
Fucking. Wait, you met her, Shramarama? Holy shit.
the
All right.
story.
Wow.
All right, no more.
Ah, I love that. I love it when.
Okay,
there's
no
personal
more.
connection.
No more giving away hints. All right. 15-year-old Mary Bell Vincent. She is stumbling in and out of the lane,
Walking
walking
on a busy freeway.
on 8 a.m. in the morning. It's pretty busy. There were several cars that had passed her,
Yeah.
and
But like if you see someone that's like weaving in and out, walking.
well, it's not that just. It just wasn't that she was weaving. She was very zombie like in her steps. She's stepping where you know in those horror movies where they don't pick up their feet all the way and
Like
they're just-
schlepping. Schlepping.
Is that what it's called? Sliding and stepping?
Oh, I don't know if that's why it's called that. I don't know, schlepping. That's just something that my parents.
Schlep. Yeah.
Floppy. Yeah, floppy. Good adjective.
No. We're doing trivia question number 2. So Amanda Lynn got that point. So
Well, it kind of works. So anyway, 15-year-old Mary Bell Vincent is in and out of the lane. She is clearly distraught. Not only is she swerving in and out of the lane, just walking, her eyes closed, making these noises, like you can't even hear her.
Like Tina.
Yeah. What did she do?
I almost wore my Tina shirt today. Ah, damn.
Did you guys watch the movie?
Yes.
I haven't seen it yet.
We made a whole night out of it. It was
Aw,
fun.
like a little date night.
Yeah, we got burgers from Boxcar Betty's. And then we got some Raisinets because that's John's favorite candy.
Why is he blushing? It's so funny.
And we were both wearing our Bob's Burger shirts. It was great.
That's adorable. I think that was the night that I ended up in the emergency room.
That is also adorable.
D, my left boob is named Floppy. The right one is Sloppy. I love it. That's amazing.
Anyway,
Okay. She's stumbling, 15-year-old girl. People slow down, and the horns are going, "Arr!" But it's not because she's just stumbling, like maybe she's on drugs. She's also butt naked.
oh,
In the desert, basically. You saw the Google Maps.
Yeah.
This is the mountains are right there.
and no one's stopping for this girl?
No one's stopping.
Well, it is the 70s.
But she's not just like prancing around,
like lively.
naked, lively.
Yeah.
She's covered in blood. Covered. And it's her own blood. And that blood is trailing the road. So you saw the Google Maps. She comes up from the outskirts there where I showed you, where it
Yeah.
would be a good place. No one would catch you, see you, do anything.
Mm-hmm.
She somehow walks the right direction and ends up on this highway. and she is just stumbling. Blood completely covers her. There's a trail of blood like painting the pavement behind her. No one's stopping. There were several people that slowed down, but as soon as they noticed what was really going on, they sped off. All right. An elderly couple stops, and this is always the case in these episodes. Every case we've done is always the elderly people, the elderly couple. You know, Herbert, stop the car and pick up that poor lady. It's true. So we need to thank our elderly people, seriously, because if it wasn't for them, this would have went a lot differently. They pull over. The male gets out, the elderly male, looks at this 15-year-old girl. Now, they don't know what's going on yet. She's naked and she's got blood on her, but they don't really know the details. They're just like, are you okay? Are you okay? And then both of them in sync, both the husband and wife, they see what is going on, and it strikes their eyes like a bolt of lightning. Mary, 15-year-old Mary, has been walking like this the whole time, stumbling. And for you guys on podcast, I have my hands up, kind of like I'm raising a dinner tray. Stumbling in a state of intense shock. Her arms that are raised up, Mary's arms, this 15-year-old girl's arms, 3.5 inches below the elbow. So 1, 2, 3, 3.5, about right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3.5 inches. This 15-year-old girl, stumbling naked with blood all over, 3.5 inches below her elbow, hacked off both arms.
No.
Completely severed, missing. She's holding them up like this. She is in an intense state of shock.
Oh, yeah, I'd say.
She is walking, barely, zombified. And the couple, they can see, if you've been to like anatomy class and stuff, you've seen like the cutout diagram of an arm.
Yeah.
And you see the bone in there, and it's white, and you can kind of see the
there's
little
2 bones in the
crevice.
forearm.
Yeah, exactly. So they see those 2 white circles, and then they see the capillaries and everything. They see that right there.
Uh-huh.
And luckily, they throw her in the car, obviously. Now, if you want to, can you read the first one?
Oh, yeah, hang on.
She is basically at this point walking, barely. It is a body that has no blood in it at this point, because all that blood is behind her and in the mountains and on the dirt. All that blood is gone, is not in her body.
Yikes.
From the Sacramento Bee, October 18th, 1978. On September 29th, Mary was found wandering naked near I-5 near Modesto, with her arms hacked off below the elbows. Since she was identified, juvenile workers in Las Vegas have pored over her file, trying to reassess her case. The girl told authorities she had been raped by a heavy-set man in his 50s, who picked her up in a blue truck. She was found on September 30th, wandering around in a deep state of shock, naked, her arms severed below the elbow.
She survived.
Whoa!
This is her. She is a survivor.
Good for her. And thank God that those people stopped.
No shit.
I mean, isn't that like severing a bone, like, so it's below the elbow? That means they cut that bone. Like, it's not, you know how like
It's not a natural joint if it was below the elbow.
exactly.
If
So
they
that
cut it-
must have hurt.
Yeah.
Like, even that must have been really hard to cut in that particular spot.
Yeah.
This is her.
Wow.
Oh, look at the
Look
doggies.
at- she's living her best life.
You see, she has hooks for arms.
Yeah.
And I was reading more about her. I was like reading some of her interviews. She actually prefers to have the hooks instead of a prosthesis.
Uh-huh.
She, from at the time, this was 2003 when she last interviewed. She's not really wanting to be public.
Right.
But
Well, especially I feel like now with there are like prosthetics and are kind of more common than back then. So maybe like she wouldn't have the need to be out in the public either because
Yeah.
like it's not like she's a 1 in 800 like person who has a prosthetic on their.
yeah,
her.
no,
You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
well, she is an artist now.
Oh,
And that's
wow.
why you saw that one picture of her painting. The interview that I read from 2003, I believe, said she was struggling. She financially, obviously, because I mean, you got 2 hooks. You know how many? She can't do obviously admin work, stuff like that, or whatever. But she is, from last time that I saw, she is trying to make it as an artist, and she is still alive. So
Wow.
That's awesome.
yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Shramarama said, if Shramarama from live chat says, quote, when I met her, she still had the hooks. It was about 14 years ago, end quote. So that's pretty crazy. So you said you were her neighbor?
No, she knew her neighbor.
Oh, knew her neighbor. What was her attitude like? I mean, I feel like she has a really good attitude. Obviously, she survived. And if you start the story from when it happened, you'll see that she is an advocate and she was talking in all these schools about what, right? Hitchhiking. That's how she got out there, as we'll get to.
Oh.
But so this story specifically is only going to be about her and like her life growing up and stuff like that and why she was hitchhiking, stuff like that. And then we're going to go back at the very end. We're going to go back to the van that dumped her out.
Okay.
And that is pretty bad. So anyway, you guys like this?
Mm-hmm.
All right. A fisherman named Michael Henry actually found her arm, one of her arms. He was casting a line into the San Francisco Bay near Oakland Army Base, and he pulled out one of the forearms, either right or left. I can't remember.
Is this shortly after or like?
Yeah, this is like 2 weeks after.
Oh, okay.
Which means what? You didn't see any San Francisco Bay around that highway. That means somebody threw it in there.
Yeah.
At that point.
Also, I mean, even if it wasn't in the San Francisco Bay where they threw it, they could have thrown it in any other waterway. For 2 weeks, it could have traveled.
Yeah. This is important. Her name is Mary Vincent, but at the time, we're going to go through her story. How did this 15-year-old girl with a great family growing up, and here's her photo one more time. How did this girl right here end up in this situation?
Well, it was the 70s.
Yeah, 1978.
So
Hitchhiking was common.
Yeah. Maybe she wanted to go to like a concert or something with her friends.
At the time, she didn't want to be called Mary Vincent. She wanted to be called Maria Vargas.
Oh, was she a runaway?
Yes, she is a runaway. She was a runaway multiple times. Her mother was a Las Vegas blackjack dealer. And she said that her daughter was a, quote, sweet, sweet girl who was too trusting and always believed that nobody's bad. Most runaway stories we cover, there has been some abuse or emotional something going on. You have to ask her why she was a runaway, but from what I'm gathering, it was because she was a middle child. And there's like a thing with
Middle
that.
child syndrome?
Yeah, exactly. But you'd have to ask her. She actually ran away right before she finished 9th grade for the first time. She has this belief, this false belief as a 15-year-old girl growing up in Vegas. They were living in Vegas at the time. This false belief that the world is inherently good. Like, people are good. They always do the right things. Kind of like, kids have that today. They're fearless type of shit.
You could call it fearless. You could call it naivety. You could call it just a overall positive, overreaching outlook.
People are coming in with titles here.
Yeah, Natasha had a pretty good one.
What was it?
The disarmed hitchhiker.
Like that play on words. See, they really do know me.
I know. Hacked up hitchhiker is a good one too. I like it. Also worth noting, she's really good at opening beer cans. Shramorama said.
Oof.
Well, I mean, hey, Shramorama has met her.
Do you
so
still have?
it's-
Would you be able to? I mean, I'd love to interview her. This lady is a very strong person. To survive what I'm going to go into tonight. Holy Jesus, this is a person that, and she doesn't like the spotlight from what I can see, but you know. Anyway, the first time she ran away, April 2nd, 1978, she returned home 3 weeks later. And as you said earlier, we've covered all these stories. Like a lot of the serial killers in the 80s were just picking up hitchhikers. It was a thing.
Yep.
I mean, not because everyone hated their parents and wanted to get out. They just wanted to hitchhike. It was like the thing, right? I guess not anymore because everyone has a car.
And everyone can just take an Uber
Yeah.
if they need to get somebody
that's
where.
true. Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, Ubering is kind of like the new hitchhiking.
Mm-hmm.
Because you never know what could happen.
Yeah, remember Samantha Josephson?
Yeah, the one that
In Colombia, yeah.
I've only taken an Uber once before.
I've taken one a couple of times.
I
but
used to drive for Uber.
No,
Did
didn't.
you? When?
I did a very small stint. I just wanted to see, everyone was talking about how much money they're making. So I had my Infinity and I was like, fuck it, I'll sign up. And I did it for like a week. And then I just hated it.
Yeah.
Because like I'm the guy that like you're getting in my car. I don't talk much, but you know, I'm sitting there like, you better not fuck up my seat type
Yeah.
of shit. Like, so I wasn't getting high ratings.
You can't handle that.
And I was like picking up, you know, college kids in Charlotte that were drunk. I was like, bitch, you better not fucking throw up in here. They were like, yes, Dad. Wait. All right. So that's just my personality. Somebody had called me, oh man. Somebody called me a shout bro. And
Shout, bro?
And I like that.
What's a shout?
I mean,
bro?
obviously it was like a
Is that is that meant to be insulting? Though?
Yeah, it was like a 1-star review. This guy is a shout bro. Like I just, you know, I'm like the dad figure that shouts, you know, preaches. I'm like, fuck you, man. I love that. Thanks a lot. Fuck. That's a great term for me. Anyway. All right.
I've never heard that before.
So the first time she ran away, April 2nd, 1978, she returns home 3 weeks later. April 25th, runs away again, returns home May 8th. Now, her family situation is pretty good. It's a very large home. So they're sharing space and stuff like that. I believe their house was like 1,800 square feet. And there were 7 siblings.
Oy.
So it's a pretty big home. Or pretty big family for a small home.
Yeah.
No abuse, nothing. Her family, very loving, very caring. So in this episode, like I said, we're kind of going through how the media, because I use old newspapers to do my report. So when the incident happens, I go by year up until the last I can find her. So this is the story presented as in the newspapers. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. If you want to read number 2.
Number 2.
Jen, do you like your new camera?
I do. Is it this one or is it this one?
It's one on the speaker.
Okay, that's what I thought.
We got to mount it somewhere, but if you guys like that position.
Works for me.
From the words of Mary Vincent, survivor, I left home to save my life, Vincent said. It wasn't to seek wild times. I didn't know anything about the world or the opposite sex.
Yeah, and real quick, like we got 3 cameras now. Jen was kind of worried about like, you know, the view.
My
And then we can fix it still, but
Yeah.
Make it flattering. The ring light looks good.
the camera
Yeah.
just came in today, literally an hour before we started
I'm
this.
trying to be more confident too.
And I just wanted to
You
say
should be.
I want to.
I just want to say thank you for our supporters, man, because we wouldn't be able to get, I mean, even though we bought it, like I was lowballing every motherfucker on eBay.
Please, someone give it to me.
Oh, you want $600? Will you take $150? It's like, fuck you, man.
Yeah, you're the bidder I hate on eBay. Actually, I'm like,
Okay, fuck,
oh.
175. Are you fucking shitting me?
yeah, that's when I just hit the decline button when they come back a second time.
Dude, fuck, we gotta.
Nope.
We ain't rich up in this piece, man.
That's for sure.
All right, she was the middle child in a large family, seven siblings. The parents were so concerned that every time she ran away, they filed a missing persons report, which if they didn't care, they wouldn't do. Her grandfather was willing to let her live with him, and the last time she ran away, she did stay there for a little bit, but according to her, it just wasn't working out. The family was in Vegas for 7 years. If you want to try to guess what nationality the mother is, and you can tell what nationality she is as well.
Is she Vietnamese?
It's pretty close, yeah. Well, I don't know if I should say that. I don't. That may be like racist to a Filipino, but I don't know.
I mean, geographically close.
Wait, what did you say?
Vietnamese.
Oh yeah, she's Filipino.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was asking because it's like during the 70s, during the Vietnam War.
Yeah, no, that's
good. Really good guess.
Yeah, it's a really good guess. Yeah, yeah, she's Filipino.
I
But-
love the Filipinos. They're such a kind people.
That's what Lauren is married to, a Filipino.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought she was Swedish.
Mm-mm. We were talking about all the food that one time. Remember?
Yeah. Have you guys ever had lumpia? They're like they're like egg rolls.
Yeah.
And you serve it with like a sweet chili
Okay.
sauce. It's so good.
Get that guy off. Don't. All right, moving on.
Okay.
Another Marty in here. Get him off. So ban him. Fucking people, man, are just.
What do you say?
I'm gonna make the subscriber limit. You got to be 10 minutes.
He said a very inappropriate word.
And people are just. They just their lives. They're just not happy in life. I guess I don't know. You know. Anyway, I'm gonna make the subscriber limit 10 minutes since all you guys are been on here anyway. I mean, like the guys like that, they'll wait. I mean, because they have to be subscribed to comment, so they'll wait just to say shit like that. I mean, your life must be fucking worthless, dude. Like, you know. Sorry, guys, for that.
I didn't even see what he said.
He typed in the
Yeah,
N word, but
it's-
spaced.
What is wrong with people?
They're
Sorry.
just not good people in life.
It actually won't let me just block the person. I was able to report them.
All right. Well, the subscriber limit is 10 minutes. I'm sorry, everyone.
That was uncalled for.
Yeah. That is why if you go to the YouTube and even in Johnny Llama, you don't see you can't comment at all. You cannot fucking comment. And that's why I took all the comments off the blog, shit like that. All right. Wolfie says keep going. We're going to keep going. All
That's
right.
right.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Wolfie.
Yeah, thanks, Wolfie.
Sorry, my fucking thing is stuck. I mean, not my wiener. It's just fucking...
It does look like you're going down
He's
there.
like adjusting himself.
All right. So, they have been in Vegas for 8 years now. The father was a slot machine mechanic, and the mother, Lucy, from the Philippines, she met her husband Herbert when he was in the Air Force. So you were close. I mean, I don't know how many guys. I guess guys brought home Vietnamese women, wives.
Yeah. I think there was an influx of Vietnamese and American marriages, I think, during that time. Well, because the Americans were over there living in,
We love you too, Wolfie.
Yeah, Wolfie, thanks.
Large enough home. I saw it was 1,800 square feet, but it was zoned
That's
to
bigger
keep
than my house,
horses.
yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
How big is this house? About the same?
No,
This house is like 1,900 square feet.
Oh shit. Okay. Now her school, she had a nice school. I'm basically going on like why she would run away, but she was a quote nice, quiet girl with an attendance problem. She went to a really good school with a pool and a tennis court and everything else. If you want to read number 3,
so she was truant.
Yeah.
she was what?
Truant. truancy like is when kids don't come to school
But so you probably see that. So
a lot.
but a lot of those kids, do they have good childhoods?
You can't really generalize because sometimes it's a family issue, sometimes it's the kid and the family doesn't really know how to motivate them to get them to school. Sometimes it's maybe they live with a single parent and their single parent is working and the kids just don't come to school. There's so many different reasons, like you can't really generalize that.
So this is Natasha's request. You're welcome, Natasha. And Amanda Lynn from live chat. My uncle married a woman in Vietnam and had a son. The son stayed in Vietnam with his mother and was like a 6'3" mixed Vietnamese guy. Good Lord.
Wow.
That's like if height is like to be that tall, right? I think is pretty unusual. I had some friends that studied abroad in Thailand, and like my friend is like 5'10" as a female, and like they're like it was unusual for them to see somebody that tall for a woman.
You're tall.
Yeah.
You're like 6'6".
No, I'm not
She's
6'6".
not 6'6".
No, not 6'6". I meant 6
6
and
foot.
then
Yeah.
6'6".
It's like, wow, Jen, you are tall.
All right. So, did you read number 3?
No.
Hang on.
She's getting us situated.
From the words of Mary's counselor, it's a close, strict, loving, caring family. The parents tried a lot of methods to control. She apparently couldn't live under this, and she split. I think Mary wanted to grow up too fast. She was in a hurry. She was sure she knew what was best for her at the ripe old age of 14.
All right. So, and we're about to go to the van right now. Back to the van. That's where she was at before she started walking. But basically she was, she just wanted to run away to see the world, basically. She thought everyone was good, but however, walking down the interstate naked with your arms hacked off, she immediately saw that not everyone is good. You have to be an incredibly demented person to do that. We're going to get back to there, but anyway, she began skipping classes. She was withdrawn, yada, yada, yada. So the last time she's ever hitchhiked, I would imagine, there's no way she hitchhiked any more than this.
I wonder if this was the first time that she hitchhiked.
No, it wasn't. She did a couple other times.
Oh, okay.
This is like her third or fourth. So we're going back to September 29th, 1978. We're going back to the same highway as we were on Google Earth, I-5. This time we're in the back of a blue van. The guy that did this to her picked her up like a hitchhiker, just picked her up. And if you think about how she was discarded when she left the van, it's almost like trash on the interstate. Because like a McDonald's bag or a Pepsi bottle, think about it. The hacker, the mad hacker, hacks off this young girl's arms and doesn't think twice about it. Doesn't try to make sure she is dead or anything.
Well, because you can't really do much for yourself if you have no, first of all, you've already lost a lot of blood. And, if you're going to be in a state of shock.
He didn't even try to put her out of her misery. It's just
that's
hacked
evil.
him off.
Yeah.
Is evil.
Yeah.
Just threw her out like trash, the animals will take care of this.
Yeah.
That's what she was. So keep that in mind when we go over who did this, because he was caught.
Good.
So you're married, Vincent. How do you survive? How would you survive this if you were her? Think about that. She said to the media, quote, how she survived was, I concentrated, I meditated and pretended like I was dead. Then he leaves. And then she talks about how she had her hands up. She didn't have a tourniquet. Even if she did have a tourniquet, she can't put it on. Even if there was a shirt there, she couldn't put,
Yeah.
there's no way.
Yeah.
So Mary Vincent was hitchhiking. This blue panel van pulled up. The man was older and looked all right for a 15-year-old girl. This is the man right here. He was caught. He is the one right here on the left.
You're gonna go back to how she survived.
Yeah.
Lauren was asking.
No. I mean, I guess maybe back then. No, I get bad vibes from him, but we're also sitting like almost 45 years later.
And knowing the conclusion.
Yeah.
All right. That's Lawrence Singleton, 51 years old. From his words, he picked her up and he said after his arrest, quote, "The light was red. If it was green, I wouldn't have got into any trouble." So that's where he sees her, picks her up. They stop for Coke and some gasoline. And this is like any other hitchhiking for her. She's on her way and she's, everything's fine. She did notice a strong smell in the cabin though. This man, Lawrence Singleton, 51 years old, was drinking 190 proof grain alcohol from a milk jug.
Damn. Okay.
We tried doing that one little shot that one time, and we almost thought we were gonna die, man.
Yeah, that was the worst one, I think. Other than all the congealed stuff like that,
that burned
took us
my
out.
throat.
Also, I want to go back to say, if the light was green, he wouldn't have gotten into any trouble. So, you just, I don't know. That just bothers me. Okay, well, the light's red. I'll pick her up.
Natasha, sorry. I mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
No, just say what you're saying.
No, I was pretty much done. I it's just I don't know. Just that mindset is well, I guess the light's red, so I could pick her up and then hack her arms off. But if the light was green, he wouldn't have. Then at that point, but we don't know if he would have done it before or if he's killed again or anything.
Natasha, I'm so sorry to hear that about your father.
Oh,
so her
sorry,
father
Natasha.
passed away on Wednesday.
And we're doing this story for Natasha, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't.
You didn't even know.
Fate.
I'm glad we have this story for you today. Thinking of you.
Yeah.
All right. So, wait, where's that? Oh, 190 proof grain alcohol from a milk jug. He has to pee. They're driving along. Everything's fine. She falls asleep at one point. He wakes her up. I got to stop over inside the road. And you saw the highway. It's where are you going to stop? Literally nowhere. He pulls off the...
Like in Rat Race. I'm prairie dogging it.
God.
Oh, God.
I hate that part in the movie.
Man.
You hate
Why
that
did you
movie?
say that?
I
shit?
said I hate that part in the
Oh.
movie. It does make me cringe.
It was appropriate for the comment.
Did you ever get your toilets installed?
No, I haven't even bought new ones yet.
Oh, all right. They both get out of the car because she has to get out, I guess, and relieve herself. But more importantly, she has to tie her shoe. Her shoes are untied. So she's out of the van. She's stretching her legs. She bends over, kneels down to tie her shoe, and then she sees, quote, "one big fist coming down at me."
Oh.
End quote. He throws her into the van. She's pretty much not unconscious, but she's in that state of what the fuck?
Yeah.
He throws her into the van, ties her hands up. So you think about it, why would someone cut off the forearms? Her hands are tied up. All right. Is that her yard people?
It shouldn't be.
Oh.
I think it's the neighbors.
They only come on Tuesday. They're supposed to come on. Should I go check really quick just in case?
Yeah, tell them they can't do it today. We can't have that today.
Well, I saw a truck outside,
Well,
other people's
It
yards.
shouldn't be ours.
Don't worry, it's not ours. Don't worry about it. All right, sorry.
False alarm.
So she gets tied up with these nylon ropes. He forces her to drink this grain alcohol. Just shoves it right down her
Throat.
And doesn't alcohol thin the blood too, which is even more dangerous? I mean, I don't know. Anyway, he's also drunk. At one point, he goes unconscious. And
That's safe.
he ties her up, and then she passes out, and he rapes her several times. And this is her, one more photo of her. This is from one of those papers. So you see she's learning to use her prosthesis.
Jeez.
He's done with her. And if you want to read number 4.
Mary remembered being pulled from the van and him telling her again that he would set her free. He was cutting ropes off her hands, and as he held her left one, she saw an axe come down.
All right, continuing from the Fresno Bee from the 24th March 1979. There were 3 more chops. So let me go back. She is outside the van at this point.
Okay. Not tied up.
He said he just raped her a bunch. No, tied up. Yeah, still tied up.
But outside the van.
Well, inside the van, he rapes her a bunch of times after she's tied up.
Got it. Okay, so she's tied up. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, sorry.
Exactly. And then, from what I see, throws her out of the van. And they're in that desolate area. He tells her that she's going to be okay. He's just got to cut the ropes off. So this from the Fresno Bee. There were 3 more chops. She struggled to grab the axe. Then 4 more blows on her right arm. All the time, he was promising that she would be set free. So he is hacking her arms. He just told her initially, I'm just going to cut these ropes off. I just raped you a bunch of times, and now I'm just got to cut the ropes off and you'd be free. Yeah, you got to be naked and walk around the desert, but at least you're free. So let me just cut these ropes off.
But he meant he was going to cut the ropes off because he was cutting her arms off.
Well, he's just a very evil person.
Right, yeah. But, I mean, like, she thought, okay, like, slice through my ropes. But he was like, I'll cut the ropes off. And he meant, like...
Yeah. So...
Ugh.
Yeah.
So, repeating, there were 3 more chops. Boom, boom, boom. All the time. I'm going to set you free. You're going to be free. I'm cutting you free. You can be free. She struggled to grab the axe. Then 4 more blows on her right arm. All the time he was promising she would be free. As he's doing this, he's like, you're going to be free. You're going to be free. You're cutting off her arms. Then he picked her up and knocked her over the road. Well, then he picked her up and knocked her over the road rail and into a culvert. He just like, okay, you're free. Throws her off the freaking bridge. If you want to read the 5th one.
Mary, only 15 years old, bleeding out profusely, then heard her attacker say that she was now free. He threw me off a cliff, she said. I should have broken bones. I should have bled to death. I didn't, and I never passed out. I remember everything. I wanted to give up and go to sleep, but I felt someone there with me, a presence who wanted me to survive. A voice told me to get up and get help, or someone else would die.
That is 100%
Yeah.
true.
Wow.
I mean, this guy was gonna kill a lot of people. So think about it real quick. Well, go ahead.
Was she the only victim that he had?
Well, hold on. I'll get to that.
Okay.
All right, think about this. Let me go back real quick. You're Mary Vincent. How would you survive this blood loss? Your arms are hacked off. Luckily, you walk in the right direction. But how would you survive? The average human body has no more than 1.4 to 1.5 gallons of blood. That's like a gallon, you know.
It's a milk jug.
Milk jug. Okay, that's how much blood's in your body. The average adult can lose 14% of that blood of a milk jug blood. 14% of that before feeling some minor effects like dizziness and drowsiness. 20% more, and your body goes into hemorrhagic shock. And these effects literally multiply. So the dizziness increases by, you know, the square of itself type of shit, right? It multiplies itself.
Right.
15 to 30% of blood loss, your body shuts down some of its organs. 15 to 30% of a, if you think of a milk jug, that's not a lot. And what I say at the beginning, there's blood all over the interstate. Her arms are hacked off, for fuck's sake.
No, you gotta like.
There's
I mean,
a lot
not
of
that people
fucking
want
blood
to
loss.
imagine the image of that, but like you can imagine like the blood like just squirting out of her arms and like she's poor thing.
Exactly, right? It's squirting out of her arms.
Because you got
mean,
arteries in there.
Exactly. The major freaking shit.
Mm-hmm.
And no tourniquet. Blood restricts from the limbs, which in Mary's case is a good thing. So the heart or the brain when your limb is off and the brain when you're losing a lot of blood kind of brings all the blood back to its major organs, the heart and the lungs. So that's why when you get like hypothermia, your fingers go cold because the blood constricts back to where it's needed the most, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which in this case probably saved your life. 40% of that blood. So you thinking of a milk jug, 40% of that blood, you slip into a coma.
Mm.
How close was this girl from her death? And how many people stopped and just sped off? Quite a few. 50% of that blood loss, your heart stops pumping and your organs finally shut down. She survived simply by something of, a presence in her head telling her not to give up and to keep her hands above her head. She said, gravity can help me out on this.
Wow.
She has her hands above her head, and that's why she's walking like that. Like she's walking like she's holding a dinner tray. She's walking like this. But she
Smart.
is I said 20% of blood loss. She's in a state of shock.
Yeah.
She's already in shock.
Well, yeah, because
This lady is already in shock.
Yeah.
I can freaking imagine what she was going through, man.
Right.
I cannot imagine what she was going through. Fucking horrifying, man. So it's times like these, I put in my notes, it's times like these we need to thank our elderly population. Because they're
or
the
just
ones,
like decent human beings. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
like how far away? I know it looked like that was in the middle of nowhere.
This is the guy that they caught. Lawrence Singleton, 51 years old. Fucking crazy.
How far away were they from a hospital? When she was
I'm not
picked up?
sure. I couldn't even find. All I found was the county is the closest I found,
Mhm.
and this was 30 years ago. So it was in Stanislaus County, but I'm not sure. It didn't look like a hospital was any. I mean, hopefully they kind of tourniqueted her arms, and there's stuff you do with shock
Yeah.
victims.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the guy they caught. Let me tell you a little bit about his words. All right. He says they were, and this is completely fabricated. He didn't think he was going to get caught, and he just spattered out this shit. He said there were two other hitchhikers in the van, a Pedro and a Larry. These guys were never found because they were never there. And Mary said it was just him.
That's like the two most random names,
Yeah. Oh, Pedro. They're not going to find a Pedro. Like, what the fuck?
Pedro and Larry.
He said that she, quote, had sex with Pedro, or, quote, had sex with him, Lawrence Singleton, and Larry, but refused to have sex with Pedro. So he's saying that she was a prostitute. She's not a fucking prostitute. This guy is a merchant seaman, Lawrence Singleton, 51 years old. He said, and someone said they blamed a traffic light.
Yeah.
But in the paper, I should have put this image in there, but it says Singleton blames alcohol. So he says he doesn't remember anything. He was in a drunken stupor. And he says, quote, he, quote, blacked out from excessive drinking and woke up and Pedro was driving the van and he didn't know where the girl went. He said initially he picked up a, quote, young, dark complected female hitchhiker and then the two other hitchhikers. And they were headed south on Interstate 5 towards LA. He said he paid this girl $60 to have sex. They drank vodka and blacked out. He woke up, the girl was gone, and then the two, Pedro and Larry, were driving his van to San Francisco. They never found either Pedro or Larry. He woke up and Larry said, quote, she had her hands in the till and went on to LA. All right. That was a complete lie, what he said.
Mm-hmm.
So he was arrested for 7 counts of attempted murder in the first degree, kidnapping, rape, sodomy, forced oral copulation, and mayhem. Mayhem. How many years do you think he got for this?
50.
If the jury would have decided that Lawrence Singleton would have used a, quote, deadly weapon in the course of the kidnapping, end quote, he would have gotten the death penalty. So, and I was thinking about this. If he would have kidnapped her with an axe or a gun,
Mm-hmm.
in this case, there was an axe, right?
Right.
If he would have used that to kidnap her, he would have gotten the death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't do that.
Because she got into the car willingly, right?
So instead, for hacking off this 15-year-old girl's arms, he receives 14 years and 3 months, and he serves 8 of those and gets out on good behavior. She's about to fucking... Oh, shit. But don't worry, he's changed. He's changed. Okay, let's finish this one up. We're going to 1997. This whole time, poor Mary Vincent has been worried that Lawrence Singleton is going to come back and finish the job.
Well, yeah.
And then 8 years later, he gets out. All right, this is his house. It's a converted army barrack.
Huh.
He was, and we're going to talk about this in the next episode here, but he was actually booted from every city he tried to he couldn't go back to his town, his hometown.
Oh, such a shame.
He
was registered as a sex offender, was he
No,
not?
no, he wasn't, because that law was passed, I believe, in 1995 or something, so it didn't apply to any crimes before that. That's a good question.
Okay.
So, 1997, Singleton has been out, what is that, 10 years? Yeah, 10 years, I think.
9.
9 years. He's
9 since the incident. It was
9 since the incident. He's now...
No, wait, did you say 97?
1997. So that thing happened in 1978.
19 years. Wait.
Whatever. 1920, fuck.
19 years.
Who the fuck knows? Math is hard.
February 19th, 1997. Singleton is living in Tampa, Florida. His family lives down there, and he's basically living off welfare.
So this man went on to have a family after?
No. His his ma and pa and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Living in Florida, Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
So I showed you his house, and his house is actually nice. He kept it really nice, and none of the neighbors knew what he had done because it was in Florida, right? That happened in California. No one really knew what he had done. They just knew he was kind of an old, grumpy old man.
Yeah.
But he kept his home meticulous. Nice, right? He was living in Tampa, Florida. As I said, this February 19th, 1997. This is late at night. This is another event. Late at night, a house painter named Hitson, Hitson, was painting his carport. Okay.
Ashley commented she loves the carport, so I think it's funny that that's actually featured in this story.
We don't have a carport, do we?
No, a carport's like
It's
it's
like
not
a
garage, but it's like open. It's just like a overhang,
It's like a garage, but without
an
the door.
awning.
Right. It's like it's just an area where you can park your car and not get wet when you walk outside.
Yeah. It's like a roof, but no walls
Okay.
next to the house.
This is Wednesday night, 9:10. It's not too late. But this house painter comes back. He's like, shit, I forgot to touch up this one spot. He was going to wait until the paint was drying. And then, the day just got from him. So he goes back. He's like, you know what? I'm already in the neighborhood. Let me just go back over there. I'm sure this old man won't mind. I'm just going to touch up this little paint. He goes back over there. He stops in unannounced, and he gets out of his car, his painter's van, and he hears some muffled calls for help inside the house.
Oh, okay.
A woman's voice calling for help, screaming, but it's kind of muffled, almost like there's blood in the throat.
She's like gurgling. Ugh.
He carefully walks over to peek in the window, and inside, Lawrence Singleton, the mad hacker that 20 years before hacked off this 15-year-old's forearms. He is on top of a woman. They are in the kitchen. They are on the floor, on the linoleum floor. He has a large butcher's knife in his hand, and he is repeatedly stabbing this woman.
No.
And this woman is squirming to get out.
Yeah.
The police find, when they get there, there's cuts all in the linoleum. Some of them had went through her body and hit the linoleum. Others, she just evaded because she was squirming.
Uh-huh.
The next thing is documented, and we're going to go through the sources because this is insane. Not even breaking his rhythm of methodically stabbing this woman, he looks over at the window because that little painter, the one that came to touch up his carport, is peeking through, his eyes wide open. Oh my God. Not even breaking the rhythm of the stabbing, Lawrence Singleton looks over and makes eye contact. The painter said he had, quote, glassy-eyed. Lawrence Singleton stared directly in that painter's eyes and then continued to stab the woman.
Oh, no. I don't like that.
So we're going to talk about that in the next episode.
Oh.
What? Fuck? What do you guys think?
Man.
There is one particular part that Lauren was saying about something that she did to stop the blood.
What did she do,
help
Lauren?
stop the blood. He said that she put the stumps in mud.
Oh, okay.
To help stop that. I don't know if that you came across that.
I didn't
but Lauren
see that.
was like, wow.
I didn't see that in any of the newspapers I did. I pulled a lot of newspapers. That's, I can believe it. She did quite a few interviews, so that was probably one that I didn't see, but yeah, shit. That's a damn good addition there.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. I didn't see that. Crazy, man. Crazy.
Well.
Fucking nuts, man.
What an evil bastard.
Ooh, let's see. Lauren is the first one that got that one on mine.
America. Shamarama, does Yakuza sound like an American name?
It's a good guess. You never know.
All right. Did you guys like that? So we're going to continue on with that story. And I'm also doing another story for you guys that we're going to do right now. It's the Adi Sanchez story. It's a 911 call. And it's one of those stories that Jen is going to fucking hate me for. I don't know if you guys heard of it. OTTY Sanchez. It's a terrible story. It's short. And then we're going to finish up with the Lawrence Singleton one.
Cool.
So anyway, for you guys, and that's going to be a private for you guys.
Do
the Supremos.
Do we have a count on where people are at for the trivia point?
I do. Natasha is at 1, Amanda Lynn 2, Courtney 2, Wolfie 2, Shramarama 1, and Lauren 1.
Ooh, we got ties going on here.
Nice. And everyone can win. You just gotta. I mean, you don't.
You gotta get to 10.
It's
right?
not the.
Yeah.
It's
First-
not the
yeah.
first one to 10, and then everyone resets. It's right. No one resets after 10, right?
No.
I
like
think that
once
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, once you hit 10, you get a prize.
Yeah.
But then you start over individually.
Yeah.
Like if you win a prize,
You don't get 11, you get 1.
Yeah. So this is like I've been wanting to give away all this shit, and this is a good way to do it.
Yeah.
So if you're not a Supremo supporter and you want to stay on and continue the trivia that Nicole's doing, and to hear this next story, we're going to post a private link on the Patreon here, and it's 2:22 now, so 2:45. So at 2:45, we'll be back on. We'll do the Audie Sanchez story, and then we'll finish off with the Lawrence Singleton and how what the deal with that woman is. Kind of stopped it on the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so if you want to join us for that, or if you want to join us for that, patreon.com/talkmurder, and you can be a supporter. And if not, we release episodes every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We record live stream every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's all I have. So, and we'll see you guys on live chat here in 20 minutes. So, all right, until next time, good night, you lovely, lovely people.